Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing in the hardcore solo self-found Breach League. We are summoning caustic clouds via the Necromancer's Beacon of Corruption. And today we're gonna do Daresso on Merciless. Time to take him out.
I am Daresso, the Sword King. I was here in the music of the office to say hi to my name, giving I the dogs and wild birds before agreeing to receive the command. In this, so glorious of arenas, I care nothing for your path, only your soul. For that, you will have to fight.
Let's get a skeleton totem going up here and then use all the corpses of all these dead chickens as fodder for our caustic clouds. This is gonna be one really green place. Our skeleton totem will be refreshed. Skeletons last a while, so I only need to recast the totem like twice a minute. There's only encounters like this that really last long enough to even warrant recasting your skeleton totem. There you have it. An arcade map for us. By this point in time we are so drowning in tier 1 maps that I've started using the hammers that I've been gathering. Hammers, gabbles, things like that, in order to turn them into chisels. The collection of chisels is now over 40. Which is good because we will need them once we hit the slightly higher tier maps. A bit crowded there, so let's take a step back. Someone killed some of our zombies, so let's refill those numbers. And then clear this. But yeah, my past experience on standard was that up to tier 8 at some point you're gonna start drowning in all of those maps. And above tier 8 it becomes a lot harder to keep your maps or keep your mapping pool up to date. Especially once you are a bit higher level. Running lower level maps becomes really easy, therefore not as interesting. So you want to keep a healthy mapping pool. So I'm gonna hold off on using chisels until we start running tier 9 maps, I think. Maybe tier 8, because now they have a chance of course of dropping tier 9 maps. But until then I'm just gonna hold off on using chisels. It should all be pretty good. Means we will have a lot of chisels to go. All the higher tier maps we run will of course be 20% quality. It is interesting how some of the advice I got in previous leagues didn't really connect with my experience. Now that I have got some more experience, the advice makes sense. It's, I mean, I'm not someone who likes to blindly follow advice. I tend to rely a lot on logic, at least on logic that connects with my experience. And if something doesn't connect with my experience, and I like getting the advice just to know it, but if it's not something that connects with my experience, it's really hard to blindly follow it. But oftentimes good advice turns out to indeed be just good advice once I gain the experience that tells me that it was good advice. It does accelerate the trial and error based learning, of course, because once you have some advice that you can connect with your experience to draw the conclusions, that means that you will be drawing the conclusions at an accelerated pace, because you're basically just testing conclusions that you've gotten from other people in the form of advice. Basically as theories against evidence until they connect. And another dead end. So far, so good, I guess. And this is the Bakul arena, so I might as well unleash the army of the damned here. And then we unleash the regular skeletons. And there is Bakul, who completely doesn't stand a chance. Now there's just so many additional minions being thrown into the grinder here that there's no need to cast too many desecrates. There's plenty of corpses. Let's see, double check, all of our minions are still alive, that's good. So for a change we don't have to recast our zombies. So far this is going better than our run through Calmstream. But of course Calmstream tends to be a bit more tricky than the Daresso stream. Well, Calm himself is generally easier to do than Calm, so there's a balance there. Currency. I approve. And there is the Grand Arena. And then we get another speech from Daresso.
Welcome to the Grand Arena of Theopolis. It is here that first laid eyes on It is our inspiration that defines us. What do you fight for, brother? Hundreds of warriors tried to make you die a death worthy of applause, gladiator.
At some point, Daresso's talking is enough. Hello, everybody. So far, no breaches. These arenas are pretty interesting for breaches. Would be lovely to encounter one or two. On the other hand, doesn't have to be. Okay. So far our path through here is for our playthroughs go pretty rapidly. So this might turn out to be a rather short episode. Interesting thing of course is gonna be it's gonna be short because we defeat Daresso quickly, or because we're gonna meet an untimely demise. Could be, that's gotta be the question now, isn't it? So far I've got full confidence that it's gonna be because we're just going through so quickly rather than due to untimely demises. Again, you never quite know. You never expect to die in this game. It just happens. I have to say, all these corpses getting thrown at us with Ray Spectres on cast while channeling. It's a joy. It's truly a joy. And this is gonna be, yep, the uniques. Who for certain builds, the uniques turned out to be more dangerous than the boss himself. But in this case, they are really not standing up to combined might of all our minions. And the uniques are dead. Oh. taking a little bit of chaos damage there. There we have it. Our inventory is full. So if everything goes according to plan, the next episode is going to be the Labyrinth, Merciless Labyrinth. The episode after is going to be Malachi. And that is a reversal of my normal pattern. But I have more confidence in being able to do the Labyrinth than Malachi. And the Labyrinth, of course, massively boosts the power of our Spectres. Therefore, it's gonna massively boost our damage output in the final boss fight there. So, yeah, given the fact that Malachi is a tricky fight, seems like a no-brainer. And there we have the Ring of Blades. Let's do this.
A king of swords is nothing if he cannot defend his crown. I have missed this.
Okay, that's the first stage completed. Biggest challenge here is not to stand in the swords. Swords hurt. Swords hurt a lot. I'm gonna keep the area supplied with fresh corpses, so once we start channeling, there's gonna be just stuff all over the place. You murdered love, who knows? Murdered so many things in this game, I truly have trouble keeping track of exactly what I did and did not murder, so I'm not able to deny the claim that I murdered love. Okay. Spike damage. Oh, you did a solid 3,500 damage there. Trying to keep all of my minions alive, including the zombies. Army of the Damned goes up for the final stage. And if he's being occupied there, let's get some corpses up and some caustic clouds. Oh. And the crowd goes wild. And that was Daresso, the Sword King. Dethroned and defeated. And that opens up the way into the belly of the beast. Which we're gonna do, if everything goes according to plan, in 2 episodes. Next episode, gonna go back to Act 3, clear out the Lord's Labyrinth. But for now, it's the end of the episode. So I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. Hope I didn't scare you too much with this short episode length, especially if you compare it with pretty long length of the Calms episode. But of course, it's always a chore to get to Calm, and it's a breeze to get to Daresso. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.